happy. Jeez, I have no idea what day it is. Oh, it's Saturday. Of course. Happy Saturday. How's everybody going? How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? Just me watched most of the interview. I have watched about half of it now. And I think it's fantastic. So nice to hear from Summer. So nice to hear these two people talking to each other, being kind, sharing their own memories, sharing their own perspectives, being respectful of each other, clapping back a little bit at the false narratives that have been out there. Just really refreshing to hear. So if you haven't seen it, I can totally recommend it. Hello, Lucia. Hello, just me. Yeah, healing, very much so. And I think, hey, Garth David, nice to see you. I think healing for everybody, right? Not just for them, those two, but for all of us. Because, my God, what a mess this whole situation has been with people like Megan sticking their oar in and making up narratives, and the wild west of the YouTube creators just, going for scoops and not having any ethics and all the rest of it. It's just been, the whole thing has been a bit of a nightmare, not to mention the case itself, which was its own nightmare. So I think it's wonderful. And I think, I think we need to hear more from these people. And they're talking about, hey, Lemon Baked, BGPO, Moira Dogs, Mom, Jules, everybody. Yeah, it's so sincere, right? And you get that a one-way street. You get that off of both Colby and Summer. But I mean, after all of the lies and the bullshit from Megan about Summer, it's so clear. Like, the difference to me is so clear. Summer is so authentic, and she's so genuine, and she's so sincere, and she's so compassionate, right? And she's so open-minded. She's so accepting of other people's experience and so non-judgmental. I mean, just everything, right? She's literally the antithesis of her ugly cousin. Hey, Faye Loves Nature. Glad you could make it. Nice to see you. If I've missed anybody, it's not because I don't love you. So I wanted to share a couple of things just to start with today. One is just literally my own thing I want to share. This is my foster mom, Daphne. Today would have been her 96th birthday. She passed in 2021, just shortly after her 91st birthday. So this is the two pictures on the book ending are her. The first picture is she's looking at, so it's on her birthday, or it's right around her birthday, and it's just before she passes away. But she's looking at the first photos of her second great grandchild, who she knew she was dying, and she just really wanted to make it to meet her new great grandchild. And she didn't get to meet her in person, sadly, but she did get to see her picture. And then the other picture, bookending that one, is it's just her face, and I just love her so much. And that picture is on the wall in my kitchen. I still think of her every day. She meant the world to me. And the picture in the middle is my graduation, the night of my graduation from high school. I had been living there for 3 years at that time, and I stayed for another year till I got through my first year of college. So I just wanted to share that. I'm thinking of her today because it would have been her 96th birthday. So just that. She does. She was a beautiful person. If I don't know what I would have done without her. Just CHCH, saying she has a very kind face. Honestly, I don't know what I might have salvaged out of life if she hadn't taken me in when she did. So I will, that's it. I just wanted to share that with her. Happy birthday, Mom. Still thinking of you. The next thing I wanted to share, she was an absolute blessing to me. She was not just me. She was a blessing in general. David Suzuki said about her, the world needs more Daphne Seleckis. She was a naturalist, and she started nature clubs for children and a magazine for children. And she was just truly an amazing person. So Yeah, happy heavenly birthday, Mom. So then I wanted to share this. I'm sure a lot of you Gen X is over it. Says I'm so glad Colby and Summer have a good relationship. Me too. Me too, for both of them, right? Healing for both of them. I mean, Summer will have mostly known him up until all of this happened, right? She will have mostly known him as a child, right? So to be able to be there for him as his aunt, and also to have him there as an adult to be there for her, I mean, it's ideal, right? It's the best situation that could have come out of all of this. So yeah, just wanted to share this little bit about Megan before we get on with Lauren. So she yesterday she posted a little "please give me some attention" video, which I didn't watch, but a number of people were kind enough to clue me into the content. The title of the video was something like, "What I Reveal, What I've Been Hiding About My Appearance." Carolyn Breeding, hi, nice to see you. Mellow Yellow, good to see you. HMS, Gen X lady, welcome in. And so, I was sort of dreading, like, is she going to come out here and say that she's got cancer? Because I don't know how to cope with that, because I would have a hard time believing her, but like, how would we even cope with that? So honestly, to find out that her big reveal was that for the past several weeks, she's been wearing hair extensions and a trucker hat to cover up the extremely supportive thing that she did for her friend with a cancer diagnosis. So to my mind, shaving your head and then hiding it from everybody for multiple weeks is a little bit weird, but okay. So I just put up a post that said, Megan Connor thought that shaving her head, covering up with a pink trucker hat and blonde hair extensions until it grew in, and then announcing how very supportive that was for her friend with a cancer diagnosis was more supportive than, I don't know, organizing rides to the oncology center or creating a rota of friends to cook family meals. Seems weird to me. But what do I know? And lots of people commented and had really smart things to say about all of that. Yeah, I mean, the supportive thing. So what she did was she talked apparently for 14 minutes about beauty standards and the unfairness of beauty standards and how terrible it is to have cancer because you can't fit in with the beauty standards and you just look so ugly, and it's just so awful, all these cancer people, these cancer women just looking so shitty and having terrible self-esteem, which is a take. And then she revealed right at the bitter end, she took off her hat and gave us one of my guesses, literally, about what was going to happen, what she was going to reveal. One of my actual guesses, and I legitimately mean this, was that she was going to announce that she was having gender reassignment surgery or something like that. So this picture, had I only seen this picture, I might have gone with that guess. But I actually don't think it looks that bad. I'm not sure why she's hiding it. If I don't think it looks that bad. I don't know why she would hide it. I have shaved my head twice in my life. The first time was when I was 15, and I didn't fully shave my head. I had a mohawk. And then again, when I was about 21, I shaved my head. And again, both of these things were just in support of punk rock, really. I was a punk rocker and I was an anti-establishment in-your-facer. And so that's why I did those things. And I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It just seems very performative and very bullshit. And also, I just wanted to play this very, very short clip over here from here she is wearing her little hat. And that's when she was on the End of the World podcast with Trisha, where she talked shit about Summer. But I just wanted to play this little clip here, because if you were here at the beginning, Bruce, you would have seen my picture with me and my mom at the night of my graduation with my purple hair and my crazy black, like Wednesday Addams might wear. So yeah, punk rock. I mean, punk rock is It's a state of mind, in my opinion. I'm still a punk rocker. Yeah, this is her big reveal. Her big reveal is that she was supportive of her friend. And she was so supportive of her friend that she didn't, she hid it all from everybody for weeks and weeks. Molly Colleen says, I love Sinead. Some of my new wave friends did it because of her look. Yeah, Sinead O'Connor was like, I mean, God, I would have, I wanted to be her, let's say. Punk rock is the bomb on One Way Street. Yes, continues to be the bomb, in my opinion. I was not a Cure fan. I mean, I was not a Cure fan. But I always thought I always found that the Cure was a little bit more emo to my tastes. I was more into like the Dead Boys and the Stiff Little Fingers and local bands, the Subhumans and DOA and Fear and Henry Rollins and all the, X. So many, the Specials, the Clash, it goes on and on, GBH, the Ruts, a lot of British punk, the Ramones, the Dickies, the Undertones, so many. Anyway, I'm reminiscing now. But so I just want to listen to what Megan said. Trisha asks her about her blonde hair. So let's just see what she says about it.
Love and chat. Everybody loves your hair color. Let's talk about it. Have you been this color before, or did you just decide to do it one day?
Yeah, I mean, when I went on my first Mormon Stories episode, my hair was this color. And sometimes I do this color during the summer just because it's, my hair gets lightened by the sun a little bit. Might as well push it to the end of the envelope.
Yeah.
So you notice how she hasn't actually said, I dyed my hair. She said, sometimes I use this color.
But yes,
keep making it light.
I unexpectedly visited Kirsten in person in Las Vegas last week, and she helped me out with this. So
it looks cute. I really like
Thank
it.
you.
Hey,
Thanks.
everybody, I want to take
So that's the end of it. She doesn't say anything more about it. But you notice what she doesn't say? Is that she shaved her head in support of her friend who has a cancer diagnosis. You notice she doesn't say that, right? So she didn't straight up lie and say that she dyed her hair. She said, I unexpectedly went to visit Kirsten and she helped me out with this. So just saying, if this was this big supportive thing that she did for her friend, because she said, Gabba, Gabba, hey. Yes, indeed. Gabba, Gabba, hey. Yeah, anyway. California, Uberalis. Yes. All of those fun bands. I loved punk rock. I still love punk rock. I still love a good punk rock show. And you can still find me at the occasional punk rock show. So yeah, that's Megan being a twat. And then I thought, I just wanted to share. We're going to take this down for a second. Where am I? Take this down. I'm just going to add this up here just a little. Give you all a little. So that's Lauren Matthias of Hidden True Crime. Oh no, hang on. I'm not sharing the right. Hang on. Am I? I am. You guys can see it, right? You guys can see the picture of Lauren and the other dude, right? Okay. So that's Marshall Applewhite of the Heaven's Gate cult. And that's Lauren Matthias of the Hidden True Crime cult, in my opinion. Yeah, you notice anything? These are communications to their followers, right? I know it's funny, but it's also not a joke. Because I am then, after looking at this, we are going, oops, hang on, remove this guy. We are going to look at this. So I just, share this tab. There you go. So I just Googled today a couple of things, right? I was thinking of this guy. I was thinking this, watching Lauren, this Heaven's Gate guy, this Marshall Applewhite guy, popped into my head multiple times. And so today I just Googled 3 things. I Googled Do cult leaders use talking head videos? Do cult leaders use repetition? And do cult leaders use emotional displays? Or how do cult leaders use these things? And this is just the AI summary. I didn't do a huge deep dive and then write up all these notes myself. It didn't seem really necessary. So I just want to read these out because these are things that we can now look out for in this video from that Lauren is treating us all to. So talking head videos. Modern digital cult leaders and high control group figures use talking head videos to manufacture faux intimacy, to project unyielding authority, and to deliver targeted indoctrination. By looking directly into the camera lens, the leader simulates direct eye contact, tricking the viewer's psychological response into feeling a personal one-to-one relationship. Psychological and persuasive tactics. Direct eye contact simulates intense personal attention, making isolated or vulnerable viewers feel uniquely seen and chosen. Controlled environment uses minimal backdrops or authoritative settings like book-lined studies or pristine compounds to focus 100% of the cognitive load on the speaker's face and voice. Asymmetric communication prevents real-time pushback or debate, framing the leader's monologue as an absolute, unchallenged download of truth. Sounding familiar, any of this? Parasocial bonding encourages followers to watch daily, turning passive video consumption into a routine submission ritual that reinforces the us versus them bubble. Thank you, Llama Pajamas. She was a beautiful woman, and I still think of her every day. And then modern digital distribution, what they can do with that. Like, they haven't necessarily done all of this, but the bite-sized pacing where you can break longer lectures into short algorithmic friendly clips, constant accessibility, keeping the leader's face and voice perpetually present in a follower's pocket, replacing traditional community structures with a digital tether, right? Lauren does lives, especially when she's at court, right? She does multiple appearances a day. And then thought-terminating cliches, delivering easily repeatable catchphrases. I don't know what I did. I didn't do anything wrong. My stalker. Delivering easily repeatable catchphrases or loaded buzzwords directly to camera that followers then internalize and echo back online. So, whoa, sounds familiar to me. And then the use of repetition. Cult leaders use repetition as a psychological tool to bypass critical thinking, induce fatigue, and install a false sense of familiarity and truth. By constantly recycling slogans, cliches, and loaded language, they reshape followers' identities and enforce total group conformity. Mechanisms of repetition, illusory truth effect. Hearing the same fabricated claim or slogan repeatedly makes it feel familiar, which the brain misinterprets as objective truth. We talked about this before, right? Thought-blocking cliches. Short stock phrases are deployed to shut down analytical thinking or doubt the moment a contradiction arises. Cognitive overload, combined with sleep deprivation or exhaustive schedules, endless chanting or long-winded reiterations exhaust the brain's processing capacity, right? 9 hours, the great 9-hour live. People are exhausted, but they feel like they have to keep listening. Linguistic conditioning. Key emotional buzzwords are tied to strong feelings like fear or supreme loyalty through constant use until a single phrase triggers compliance and command. So yeah, the repetitive speech pattern is used in religion and MLMs, in my opinion, to get one convinced. Yeah, exactly. It's propaganda, right? It's a well-known propaganda technique. So the use of emotional displays. So there's some of this is relevant here and some of it is not, right? Because some of it is about the leader themselves using emotional displays, and some of it is about encouraging emotional displays from followers. But I think it's still relevant, right? With Lauren's crying and carrying on in front of the camera. So Cult leaders use calculated displays of emotion, such as intense warmth, sudden rage, or public weeping, as tools of manipulation. These theatrical expressions help them control followers, build fake intimacy, and keep people off balance through fear and confusion. Oh, there you go. That's interesting. Inner Psychic says John has definitely had gastric surgery. I'm sure the 9-hour live paid for it. Yeah, I mean, the 9-hour live paid for a lot, seems like. So building trust and fake love. So love bombing. Leaders show extreme joy, affection, and praise to make new members feel special and safe. Mirrored empathy. They act like they feel your pain, which builds a quick and deep emotional trust. Charisma. Big, warm smiles and loving words draw people in and hide the leader's selfish goals. Control through fear and shock, sudden anger, outbursts of rage, scare followers into walking on eggshells and trying harder to please the leader. Public crying, weeping, or showing deep hurts makes followers feel guilty, as if they caused the leader's pain. Shifting moods, right? And then they need to offer her support to assuage that guilt, right? Oh, Lauren, you're so brave. Shifting moods, quick changes from happy to angry, keep followers stressed and focused only on the leader's feeling. Breaking down independence. Creating drama, emotional chaos, stops followers from thinking clearly or asking hard questions, right? And remember right at the beginning of the thing, she says, this isn't drama, so I hope nobody will ever call it that again. So she's already short-circuited that, right? What about Grayson's brother's funeral? Yeah, I found the obituary the following day after Lauren's performance, and it was an extremely loving and detailed obituary. So I'm going to say it seems like the man was loved by his family. So I'm glad to know that. Blaming others. Leaders act like victims to turn the group against anyone who doubts them. So those are just literally from 3 things that I thought to myself. I've seen Lauren do these. So I'm going to look up, see if the cults do them. Basically because, I mean, a lot of people have said it's very cult-like, the gems. But, I mean, it took 2 seconds to find this information. So it's out there. So yeah, I thought we'll go back to this. We'll see how far we get. I'm very slow about getting through this because I don't like listening to Lauren. I prefer talking to you guys. So Maury says, I've read that violation of labor laws are one way that cult leaders are sometimes stopped. Yeah, that makes sense, right? It's like getting the mob through their taxes. Same thing, right? Yeah, I'm behind. I still don't like Megan though. Yeah, not much to like over there with Megan. So Lauren was here making people like, this is Bobby Joe, not Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe is the cop from the crime con. This is from the trial, right? The don't flatter yourself lady. So she's got her snowed. This is kind of where we left off, and it leads into her saying all about how much respect and love she has for Summer. When we know the opposite. So I just wanted to go back a little bit so we could lead into that topic. And here we go.
Thank you, Nancy Jo. Thank you. So she calls this weaponized kindness. And that was it. That's what she did edit it. We're gonna watch the original Hot Mic on Law and Crime. It was after.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this is, yeah, she's talking about the hot mic where Grayson is caught saying, "Oh, I was really nice to her," and then she said that she started telling me all these things. And I guess people were saying that like Lauren is teaching Nancy Jo. Thank you, Lucia. Nancy Jo. I did not want to disrespect her and say the wrong thing. Basically, are surmising, right? Lauren is teaching her little protege how to love bomb vulnerable people in order to get them to give up the dirt, give up the goods. Yes, I did see Dakota short video. He did like a little 5-minute video of clipping John. I don't know what crime he is responding to or whatever, but he's talking about people who hold grudges and act out years after the fact, and he's clipped it. Dakota has clipped it all with the stuff about Lori Hellis from the 4-hour response video. So it's very good, and I absolutely love that Dakota's getting in on the clip game, because I think it's going to be how we get people.
The Lori Daybell sentencing, the last one, and to be very clear, someone, I'll just set the stage, someone who was a trial goer, a kind girl, who I quite like, I won't say her name, she's really sweet in trial. She was sweet to everyone. And I noticed that she was actually across the room talking to Summer Shiflett, who is Lori Vallow Daybell's sister. I actually thought it was really sweet that they were talking. I noticed that from the back row where the media sat. It's a good view of everyone in the back row. And I also know, full disclosure, that Summer does not care for me. And I actually really respect that and understand.
So you guys have seen, I assume, the texts or the messages between Summer and Lauren when Lauren reaches out completely across a boundary that most people would recognize. Hey, Janice. Who are we talking about? She was not sweet, she was sour. Who were we talking about? I don't know who she's talking about. I love having the girls in the chat because they can always give us the receipts. I lost track of what I was saying. Oh, yeah, where she was reaching out across that boundary that any normal person would see to say that Dr. John would be very happy to be Colby's friend if Colby was struggling. And then Summer went, yeah, like, why would I tell you anything, Lauren? Please get away from me. You've shown me that you're not a safe person. And then Lauren immediately switched into the nasty. Oh, the trial goer. Yeah. Oh, you just don't know. I don't know who, you don't know her name either. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she called her out for the filth that she is. Yes, she did. And Lauren took that extremely badly and then found ways to attack Summer and attack the Cox family, and show her true colors, right? So again, right, she's here with everybody. She's doing these things that we just looked at, right? These cult leader manipulations, and she's got everybody on side with her, and everybody is just swallowing whole everything that she says, that she's so unfairly treated. She actually really respects Summer, right? And I mean, these people are not going to go seek out the truth about that.
And
what was a great video moments in trading, the Dakota one? That's what we were talking about, because yeah, I would agree if that's what you're saying. Yeah, they're going to adopt Colby. Yeah. So the Summer and Colby interview, people, the conversation, people need to watch it. They very plainly call out Megan without mentioning her name, which I think is I think it's amazing for a couple of reasons, because it's the complete antidote to Megan's bullshit pointing the finger and naming names at everyone, and also it doesn't give her anything to come back at, right? She can't then go, oh, they said this and they lied, because they never mention her by name. But anybody who is familiar with the ins and outs of the case will know exactly who they're talking about. And I think that was the perfect way to do it, which it gave them a voice against that person without having to engage that person. And I think it was a really smart way to do it, and kudos to them. And let's go back to Walwyn. Hey, Planet Steel, glad you can make it. Are you back in Scotland now? You were in Italy, right? Are you back in Scotland? It's the wee small hours in Scotland. Yeah, I know, eh? What is it like? What is it, 4 in the morning? No, it's got to be midnight, 1, something like that.
order to be a journalist in this case, not everyone is going to like the things that I have to say when evidence.
I am so not interested in Lauren. God, it's hard to watch this. Kathy White says, I think Colby will be the last straw for Megan. I feel it's coming. I absolutely agree with that. I think that I think that all kinds of last straws are coming for Megan, right? She's not getting the views. She's not getting the attention. She's not getting it. And now she's got Colby calling her out. That's as bad as it gets for this case, I think.
Appears. I also, at the same time, because I'm capable of this, I have so much empathy for Summer Shiflett, Lori's sister, so much. I wept as I listened to her talk.
How many times does she say that she wept? Like, she needs her own fucking Bible verse. Lauren wept. Ephesians 3:12. Not that I have any idea what Ephesians is, although it would actually be more likely be it would be the Book of Mormon, right? So it would be Enos 3:12, let's say.
Talk to Lori on recordings in the courthouse. I feel bad for Summer Shiflett.
Oh my God. She has to spell it out. I have so much empathy for Summer Shiflett. I feel bad for Summer Shiflett. We care about you, Megan, at HTC. You are our friend.
I believe that her sister.
I'm just, you know what? I feel like the fact that I am such a skeptical mofo and have been for so long, I am never going to be swept up in a cult. Not going to happen to me.
Manipulated her.
Yes.
And I cannot imagine. Look what I'm doing. I'm doing an entire live. I've been going live for almost 3 hours about what I've been through. I cannot imagine what Summer has been through.
And yet here you are. Oh my God, you dumb bitch. Oh, it's exhausting. Sorry, I should watch my language. Sorry. Justice Jane 24 says, please leave Lauren alone. My God, don't you think this bullshit has went on? I think gone is the word you're looking for there, Justice. God forbid you make mistakes in your life besides Christina and all of this hate on TikTok. Disgusting. Okay, well, Justice Jane clearly is a cult member with no critical thinking skills. So I don't know what to say, Justice Jane. If you have not seen through Lauren Matthias yet, I fear for you, honestly. You could easily get tangled up with a person like this who would make absolute mincemeat of your life. So I'm sorry that you're that naive, and I hope that nobody ever does to you what these people did to Christina for making some TikToks. And, you know, I'm pretty sure you know where the door is and that you're not going to be welcome here. If you forgive people who have not apologized and asked for forgiveness, Justice Jane, then you're a target for people like Lauren. So I have no more to say to you other than maybe give your head a shake and do some research about cults and toxic manipulators.
So I have a lot of empathy for her. I've also had to speak some really uncomfortable truths and talk about things she does not like. And I know that Summer does not like me, and I fully respect that. Not everyone needs to like me.
Yeah.
Not everyone is going to like
me. Justice Jane, I would like to formally invite you to please go fuck yourself. If you're going to start sicking God on me, I'm going to have to ban you from the channel. Seriously. Yeah, sickos. Okay. See you later. Hang on. Takes a little minute to put these dum-dums in. Timeout. Bye, Justice for Jane. It's been a real slice of rotten cake. See ya. I very much doubt that God is going to have mercy on my soul. But that's mostly because I don't actually believe in God. So just saying. Oh, hey, I guess I could just end this poll here while I'm over here. Hang on. Come on, poll. So lots of people still need to go over and watch that video. Well, you don't have to, obviously. You watch what you want, but it's good. It really did my heart good to hear that conversation. It was people agreeing and showing each other love and compassion and kindness. And yeah, I just, the people who have been most hurt by all of this. So yeah, I think I can take that one now. So I know a lot of you are believe in God. I don't particularly. I assume that when I die, I'm just dead, and there's nobody who's going to have any mercy on me. There's nobody to have mercy on my soul. Lucia says I can believe in God and think critically as well. Yeah, I mean, and lots of people believe in God, and that's totally fine. I just personally don't. So I'm not worried about God having mercy on my wicked soul.
Understandably, not just
I mean, I think the whole punk rock thing probably had me out anyway. So
respect. I understand why she wouldn't. So,
you. What is she saying there? What is she telling us? That what? Yeah, I don't really need anybody to tell me that God believes in me, just me. Thanks. I'm not. Thank you. I feel like that's kind of condescending, honestly. I mean, I know you mean well, but
that sets the stage for this hot mic moment on Law and Crime.
Details on that phone cooler.
Yes, I will. I'll text you. It's just on Amazon. Here, can you see it? Can I show you? We're leaving, but like, I got a lot today from Summer. I even took a picture. So we're leaving, but like, I got a lot today from Summer. I even took a picture.
I noticed she likes you. She came
Her and I
over.
talked a lot, and she even came.
right? They're trying to get to Summer through somebody that she actually liked. Jenny's Ballet Flat says Lauren's mad that Summer didn't agree with John's diagnosis of Stacy. Oh yeah, no doubt. Right, moments in trading. Yeah, I mean, X. Did you see X live? What about Fear? The Subhumans, DOA, Circle Jerks, True Sounds of Liberty. Bigfoot doesn't believe in me either. No, I live in BC. We got a big Sasquatch thing going on here.
To me after, and she said, "Thank you for being so kind to me." And then I think she was very open to me asking anything, and she knew I was kind to her.
Yeah.
I got a lot, but we're leaving, so she said she'll call me. So
Okay, yeah. Yeah. You too.
I'm always to Instagram. We're gonna give you and you have to walk.
Okay.
So basically, in my opinion, if they're putting this up here, if she's putting it up here, it's because she's been caught and she's trying to cover her ass, right? Because it's what has happened here is exactly what she's being accused of, right? She's trying to get to Summer and she's praising this person. Oh, she was so nice to her. That's how she did it. Yeah. Thank you, Janice. And she's covering her ass. So, but all of these people are thinking that it's her, like, sharing the truth, when in fact she's literally covering her ass. This whole thing is an ass cover. Obviously, you all know that.
Well, I'm not a podcaster. I don't continue.
No, I know, but I just want
I
you
could be nice to her today.
I'm telling you. No, I think she's wonderful.
Still too
I
hot.
have so much empathy for Summer.
Can I borrow
Oh, hot mic.
30 seconds?
I love
Very
Summer.
nice.
She's incredible. Are you going? So before I ever knew there was a hot mic there, I said I have empathy for her.
So what? So you lied on a hot mic. What the fuck is your point? Jesus.
That was the moment that my stalker decided to delete. I think it's also becoming very clear that I have done nothing wrong. I have done nothing wrong. They are looking for anything that I have.
That's this is it right here. Where is this 256.53? Hang on, I just got to take a quick screenshot so I can get back to I can get back to this.
Possibly done, and they find
Flip it, because she looks, just prior to this, she looked completely fucking psychotic. Like I don't know, it's not working for me. Oh, there it is. Hang on, move over. Sorry, you guys. Oh, my brain is failing me for the minute. 256.54. I'm gonna put it. Somebody put that in the. Can you just put like, "Hey, dreadful Penny, 256.54," and then I'll find it later.
it a hot mic moment of me where I still don't do anything wrong, and they edit it to call it weaponized kindness. It's just fascinating.
Does she think? Thank you, CH. Thank you so much. Does she really think, honestly, that because she said, "I have so much empathy for her," that proves that she's really genuinely kind? I mean, please go fuck yourself, Lauren. God,
It's a fascinating thing to watch. I'm like, I'm good.
no, you're not. You're a psycho.
On August 6th, this is when things got serious. So on August 6th, this has been going on for how many months now? 3 months?
What's been going on? What are you even talking about? You've been trying to manufacture evidence against these women for this long? That's what she's talking about. It's got to be.
Like every other day. People reaching out, by the way, when you say just don't get on, people are reaching out. They're letting me know. They're seeing these TikToks. They're sending them to me. I did delete TikTok on my phone. I said, don't tell me anymore.
Right? She's got people. She's got people watching out for her. And she deleted it. She doesn't even watch them. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that's a lie right now, because one of the things that they talked about, or they talked about, her and Dr. John in Dr. John's 4-hour response video, was how this is 24/7. You know, you're waking up and then you never know, right? When they're going to post. They can post anytime. So you're waking up in the middle of the night, checking, are they posting? Are they posting? So she's trying to make herself seem like she was being the mature one, and she was trying to ignore it, and these people just kept coming for her and coming for her. But she was fucking obsessed from the minute that Christina said to her, "I've seen your texts and they are bad." Christina never even said your texts are being released in that first conversation. All she said was, "I've seen your texts and they are bad." And also, I just want to say, I can't believe I've not mentioned it yet. A lot of you, most of you, I think, will have seen the Turtle Boy Christina interview. And I just wanted to say that I thought Christina was great, and I thought Turtle Boy was kind of meh. I mean, I know he's the "I don't prepare, I just do blind responses to things" guy, and that's cool. I can respect that. But I just didn't, I feel like what Christina wanted to say kind of got lost in all of that. And I am looking forward to more interviews with Christina that are a little more structured, so that we can get some, so that we can get the story from the Christina's mouth,
More people were sending them, people were telling me. And then all of a sudden I realized I have to collect evidence. So I was watching them. And every other day there was a new TikTok. It was incredible.
Janice says, "I've listened to the recorded conversation. She never told Lauren your text messages that are going to be released." Yeah, she says as much, right? Christina says she just said, I've seen them and they're bad. Yeah. So again, right, it's very similar to me. The thing with Christina and Summer versus Lauren and all that is that with my own eyes and my own ears and my own, whatever kinesthetic abilities, I get sincerity from Christina just as much as I do from Summer. And I don't get any of that from Lauren. So, I mean, we're all here just trying to decide based on our own knowledge of the world and of whatever, what has gone on here, right? And we can only use the skills and the knowledge that we possess. And my skills and knowledge are telling me that Lauren is a big fat liar, and the women that she's talking shit about are the genuine and sincere ones.
Incredible. There are so many. And then, so we're not even touching the surface here. On August 6th, though, things took a new turn for me. I kept ignoring it. That's what I do. Just ignore it. Nothing's wrong. Just do what we do best at Hidden True Crime, make good art. We've done nothing wrong. We're good people. Yeah. We just keep doing what we do and make good art. That's what we say at Hidden True Crime, make good art, meaning we are quality over quantity. We care. Keep going. Keep moving.
Planet Steel, I do feel like you're one of us. You have found your people here. Planet Steel says, great freeze frames. Her facial expressions range from smug to anger to smug to duper's delight to anger to smug. Did I say smug? Yeah. I think you've covered them all. Good art? That's what they do. That's what they do. 3 hours and we haven't touched the surface. Right? Well, I mean, she needs the time, right? This is totally... I mean, I don't know if Lauren and other people of her ilk, these kind of cult leader type personalities, if they just come by these manipulation tactics, honestly, if they just naturally behave that way, or if they research how to get people, how to brainwash people, essentially. So I couldn't say, but she's very fucking good at it.
But on August 6th, 2025, my stalker published a video with photos of my husband's website.
Oh my God. Your husband's publicly available website? How dare she put his internet website on the internet for people to find? Oh my God. Maury says, the way Christina and Summer react makes a certain kind of sense to me. It seems reasonable. Lauren and Megan are the opposite. Yeah, for me too. I mean, and we know from what's her name, Justice Jane, who was just here, right? My. That's right. Me. I. Have you heard the Fuck You song, Planet Steel, from Megan Connor? I wonder if you've heard the Fuck You song. Yeah, no, she's not authentic. She's a nightmare, this woman. Anyway, we'll just listen to her some more. I'm going to go to the ladies' room and let you guys listen for a minute.
Talking about my husband. Mm-hmm.
Things my ex-friend uses as almost street cred are her husband's.
Maybe pause it. Okay, we'll go back to the beginning of that. Yeah, let me finish. There was more. My husband, John, you guys know him as my co-host, is a clinical and forensic psychologist. He's licensed in both Utah and Nevada. My stalker in this video questioned his credentials and spoke about calling UNLV, where my husband is an adjunct professor. So now we're calling my professional contacts and journalists, and now reaching out to anyone that gives me a platform, making people nervous about, platforming me. And now we're calling my husband's workplace association, because it's actually even more incredible than my husband being an adjunct professor, and he has been there for well over a decade. He does it voluntary. At this moment, he is supervising a doctorate student, which is what
he does it voluntarily because he's just a really great guy, right? It's not how they do it. It's not what an adjunct professor is. I'm going to guess that, he might have been paid a stipend or something, but she's trying to imply. She's trying to get extra credit, right? Prove it. Yeah. She's going to prove it with what turns out. It seems like maybe Janice, maybe you know more about this if you're still here. It seems like this, from what I understand, the document that Lauren produces to prove that Dr. John is an adjunct professor for these many years, over a decade or whatever, turned out to be false, right? that somebody actually contacted the university, and it turned out that the person that supposedly sent this letter confirming John's employment was actually doesn't work there anymore. I don't think that they teach I don't think he taught classes at One-Way Street. One-Way Street says adjuncts typically get about 3,500 a semester per class. I don't think he taught classes. I think he was he supervised grad students, right? That's what I think. Again, a lot of this is just from my memory, but I do remember very clearly that there was evidence that came out that very much contradicted what Lauren said. Now, I can't attest to the veracity of any of the documents because I don't have them and I never accessed them from the person they supposedly came from. Bright Breakfast has been on that, says Janice Ballet Flats. He hasn't taught or volunteered in a while. Yeah, that's what I thought, right? From what I recall, Maury says he served as a volunteer advisor to a couple of grad students, never taught. Yeah, and it was like for 2012, 2013 kind of thing, right? I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't totally surprise me if John was lying to Lauren and telling her that he was supervising students and stuff, right? Pretending that he was doing those things to continue to have her, her adulation, right? I'm just saying, it's very possible that he lied.
Adjunct professors do in the clinical psychology department. He does this voluntary because he cares about education and the psychology field. He knows he has so much to offer, and students every year are so grateful to have been supervised by my adjunct professor husband who does this out of the goodness of his altruistic heart. And so my husband, John,
out of the goodness of his altruistic heart. Very nice. Okay, what are you talking about? Super Yum out of a can from Lidl. Over ice with a touch of milk. What are we talking about? We do not have Aldi over here. I think Aldi is... we have I can't remember who it is. Kathy. What are you guys talking about? What's really good out of a can? Anyway, here we go. Tell me what's good out of a can.
And yes, he has a PhD in psychology. And you guys are going to love this. We're going to just say this before because it's so funny.
Apparently that's not true, right? Yeah, so he works for free out of the goodness of his heart while she has to go out to work because she's the breadwinner. And she does not have an altruistic heart, I guess. There's an Aldi in Virginia. Okay, yeah, I'm talking about Canada, so I'm in Canada. It's like I think it's like a soup, what we call the Real Canadian Superstore over here. Llama Pajama says, well, to be fair, some universities are horrible at listing adjuncts. Yeah, but I do believe that there's an actual document, like somebody wrote to the university to get public records, and they were like, yes, he worked here for, 2012, 2013. That's how I remember it.
So most people know what a PhD is. My stalker does not. So let's make it very clear here. A PhD is a doctorate of philosophy of the subject you choose. So anyone with a PhD has a doctorate of philosophy in. So my husband has a doctorate of philosophy in psychology.
So I just understand that that's not true, right? Oh, that's from Megan, the FU song. Yeah, you got to watch that. You're going to have to go seek that one out. When did she do that? Was that in the was that in the fuck all you all, I would sue you if you weren't so poor video? The fuck you song? Spacebird says, I very loosely remember Breakfast posting on Reddit that he supervised one single PhD student years ago. Yeah, I remember something about that as well. I also understand, I don't think it's in psychology, right? I think his PhD is in family counseling, is something like that. Other people have those receipts, but I don't think it's...
These people are digging so hard because my husband has such a...
Getting a public records, putting in a public records request from a university is not digging so hard, Lauren, you dummy. Counts,
limited
right?
limited profile online. When I was dating him, I couldn't find anything. He's so private. They dug up his commencement program to try to find anything wrong. These people are desperate to find something wrong about now, not just me, but my husband, my sweet husband, who never wanted to be on YouTube and is now taking a back seat. And now you know why.
Your sweet husband who's going to come out swinging at Lori Hellis and tell her all about how she is despised by a groundswell of people. That altruistic, kind, gentle man.
So let's listen to this.
One of the things my ex-friend uses as almost street cred are her husband's credentials. She claims that he is a criminal psychologist, a forensic psychologist, and a clinical psychologist. He has a psychology license. I found that. That's a fact. She also claims he's been an adjunct professor at UNLV since 2007. Because this involves other people and I'm trying to figure out what's fact versus fiction, I decided to call up UNLV and see if Dr. So-and-so has been an adjunct professor since 2007. No, you have no records at all working for UNLV? No. Okay. Well, I find a paper online that shows he's willing to supervise PhD students doing their thesis project. My question is a man who got his PhD in philosophy, not psychology, philosophy, got his master's degree in marriage and family and child counseling, that does not have his PhD in psychology, then able to call himself a doctor of psychology or able to supervise doctorates in psychology when he has his doctorate in philosophy.
So unfortunately, Christina was confused about what PhD designates, and that handed Lauren a gift where she thinks that this one misunderstanding on Christina's part can then be, applied to everything that Christina says, right? She makes one mistake and that's proof that she's crazy and she doesn't know what she's talking about and she's making stuff up and she's desperate and all of that, right? All the words that she just said. Crazy.
I did have to giggle about someone that said, "Oh my gosh, she's an idiot." But you said it, not me. The best part about it is that she claims that she looked.
You said it, not me, right? She's so. Grayson said Christina's an idiot, and Lauren is someone. What does that even mean, right? Oh, I would never say she was an idiot because I'm so great. I would just say all the things that imply she's an idiot and then laugh when you call her an idiot. But I'm not doing anything. It's not me. People are digging so hard, says Judy Studios, because they're part of a platform of lying liars that love to lie. And I think that's an excellent point, Judy. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking true. Yeah, this person is not scared. No, she's pissed the fuck off is what she is. Well, I mean, she's scared. She's scared that she's not going to be able to talk her gems around. I think that's the extent of it. I keep talking so much that literally last time I looked at the timer, it was at 3:03:03, and we've only gotten through 10 seconds since then, and that was about 10 minutes ago.
Looked to see if he had his license, and she found out that he did. And she found out that
so what is this? Is this Lauren's thing? September 30th, 2025. To whom it may concern, my name is Dr. Michelle Paul, and I am currently the Assistant Vice President. It is a typical psychology overseeing events. So this is the one that people are saying is that Lauren put it together, right? That she copy and pasted a bunch of shit and made things up to prove.
She found information.
I have never seen this, so I'm just guessing that's what this is, but it seems like it.
About him supervising students on the UNLV website. She still wasn't satisfied. She called UNLV. And when they said to her that they didn't have him in their, because again, it's voluntary in their employment, this is what you call lack of evidence. This is what you call a conspiracy theorist. This is what you call confirmation bias.
It's not any of those things. It's an amateur person trying to get some facts who maybe doesn't understand all of the conventions of how a university categorizes its various employees. So Christina's instincts, yes, Maury says Christina was onto something. Christina's instincts were right on. She's not a professional journalist like Lauren. And for someone who was just an amateur sleuth trying to find out what the hell's going on, I think she did a pretty good job. Because otherwise, why would Lauren be here? Right, Janice, thank you. Janice says this was not entered into evidence. Also, the letterhead is not used by UNLV. There's a Reddit post about this letter. Yeah, I was going to say that about the letter that I saw that said that the person, Michelle G. Paul, doesn't even work there anymore. The letterhead was very different. It had the part at the top was orange. It was very different. And yeah, she didn't put this into evidence in the court, but none of her gems are going to ask about that. And I think the other thing that didn't go into evidence, into the court evidence, was the Proton email. No, isn't that the case also? Mellow Yellow 17 says, if John wants to be seen as credible or competent, his education and work history would be easy to find. In fact, he would provide them himself and requested. Yeah, exactly. I mean, all of this high dudgeon over people checking on his credentials is absolutely ridiculous. And of course, if Lauren actually was a professional journalist, actually had a degree in communications or journalism, she would know that, right? It's ridiculous. She either she knows it and she is pretending for her gems that she doesn't know it and all of this is totally outrageous, or she doesn't know it because she doesn't actually have any education in journalism. And that's kind of where I'm leaning, because based on every single bit of her behavior that I've ever seen, she does not act like a journalist. She acts like an ambulance chaser, basically. In my opinion, allegedly.
Despite all of the evidence.
Oh, did I say at the beginning I'm just an ex-mechanic with an English degree? Those are just all my opinions. I don't have any credentials. I should have if I didn't.
Showing he is who he is. She takes that one thing and decides it's a lie. And she actually titled that TikTok exposing a lie, saying that we are lying about who we are. This is defamatory. September, so we had to get this for court, the court that we can never.
It's only defamatory if it's not true. What you're doing is defamatory. This is defamation, what you're doing.
Never do, because they were going to live stream my family's pain.
Hey, me too.
Oh, yeah. And in her declaration, Grayson reminds me, not only is this defamation, in her declaration.
Moments in Trading says, isn't her degree in communications not journalism? But that's what I have heard. I have heard that she has a bachelor's degree in communications. I have not seen any evidence of that. And in fact, I am waiting to find out if she really did get that degree.
In response to my civil stock injunction, she actually doubles down and says he is not.
I mean, she certainly doesn't seem like she got a degree in communications. I took a single communications class in my undergrad, and I feel like I know more about journalism than Lauren does from a single communications class. So I feel like if she had a degree, things would be very different.
Not an adjunct professor. He is not. She is so convinced that we are evil and that we are dark and that I have done something terrible, even though she has not shown a single.
Being labeled dork, it's Lauren's biggest fear. People are going to label her dork.
Thing on her TikTok that I've ever done that I am ashamed of, or true, or even this is she has doubled down. So September 20th, 2025, we had to make.
It's so weird listening to all of this. I can barely listen to Lauren. I'm sure you've all picked up on that. Diane L says, did she retract her statement? Why would she retract her statement? Lauren is the person who should be retracting her statement. Save the chocolate-covered head lice, bacon. Yep. I mean, she did. There are more. If you look up Lauren Johnson on YouTube, you can find her like what's the word I'm looking for? Her reel that she would send in as with her resume. And she did report on things other than head lice and bacon. She did. That doesn't mean that she has a degree in journalism or that she's an investigative journalist. Doesn't mean anything like that.
This for court. To whom it may concern, my name is Dr. Michelle Paul, and I am currently the Assistant Vice President of Mental and Behavioral Health and Executive Director of UNLV Practice Institute of Mental and Behavioral Health. In addition, in service of its mission to address Nevada's mental health crisis, UNLV Practice houses an interdisciplinary training clinic that offers services to campus and community members. Previously, I served the UNLV Clinical Psychology PhD program as a community clinical training site. During my tenure as the ADCT, I became aware of Dr. John Matthias and his interest in developing a practicum site for the university, where he worked at Family and Child Treatment FACT as a clinical director. I interviewed Dr. Matthias on and or about 2007, and he agreed to begin accepting, supervising, and mentoring advanced level doctoral students into the newly developed practicum placement at FACT around that same time. As a consequence of his service to the community and is typical of psychologists overseeing advanced practicum placements in collaboration with the clinical psychology PhD program at UNLV, I recommended him and he was conferred the title of Adjunct Assistant Professor in the Department of Psychology, College of Liberal Arts on or about 2012. This recommendation was made after several years of committed service to our doctoral students, the university, and the community. It is worth pointing out that his position of Adjunct Assistant Professor of Psychology was considered a volunteer position, which is consistent with UNLV policy for adjunct professors in the community. This is what he is. That's what an adjunct professor is. And although I left my position as a director of training in 2023, I'm aware that Dr. Matthias has continued to supervise advanced doctoral level students as recently as this semester under the supervision of that doctor, whose last name I don't want to butcher, the current associate director of training for the PhD program. Because of his recent and ongoing professional relationship with UNLV's clinical psychology PhD program as an active and valued clinical supervisor and mentor, he would remain eligible for continued recognition as an adjunct assistant professor in the Department of Psychology, College of Liberal Arts at UNLV for the academic year 2025 through 2026. And by the way, can I say something too? I just want.
Oh gosh, shut up, Lauren. Jesus, can I say something? You haven't shut up for 3 hours. So actually, I'm just gonna share this for a second here because it kind of looks like. Let me just make sure. Are you seeing this? Yeah. Okay. It actually looks like this person does work there. Assistant Vice President of Mental and Behavioral Health Training. And that's what she says on Lauren's letter too. Assistant Vice President of Mental and Behavioral Health and Executive Director. Workday, yeah. Is the Executive Director of UNLV Practice and is interdisciplinary mental health clinic that offers services to campus and community members. In her role, she's responsible for all aspects of programming, operations, and development. As Assistant VP, Dr. Paul leads blah, 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 taking on her current responsibilities. Dr. Paul served UNLV's clinical psychology PhD program from 2004 to 2023. Paul, okay, so maybe just that she wasn't doing that job anymore. Anyway, I don't want to share fake info, so I'm just saying. I want to be sure that I'm not spreading lies.
I want to point something out. Wait, am I there? Can people hear me? Okay. At any point, some of you are saying, why are you only telling me now? Because I am not who she is. I do have a platform. She doesn't. She's not a true crime creator. I do. I have a platform. I've got hidden gems. I realized that at any moment I could have come on here and blasted her TikTok and assume that many of you would feel the same way I do.
I'm sorry. I feel like that was a confession. Can somebody put 30753 in the chat for me so I can go back and clip this, please? I just don't have a pen handy. Yeah, I want to clip that. I want to clip that because that's exactly the fucking point. Is she's punching down at someone who has no fucking platform.
I didn't.
Thank you, Deanne.
And I'm still not. And I'm only moving forward because I am scared for my family's safety and I can't get help. And I just had to pull my civil stalking injunction.
My civil stalking injunction. I feel like
I am not who she says I am. I am not. I don't want to hurt people. Let's go on. That changed things for me, by the way. That really, really changed things for me because you know what? I have a thicker skin. I chose to be a broadcast reporter and have people criticize me. I choose to manage my family business YouTube account, which is oftentimes not kind, and I can handle it.
Sorry, did Lauren just say that she has thick skin? Oh, God. Oh, Christ. What a joke. This woman is a fucking joke. Oh, hang on. I was trying to post something here. It went by so fast. I have to have something else on in the background to tolerate these extended Lauren rants. Yeah, I mean, she's the worst, right? I can't even listen to her. Literally, like I can't. You can see I keep pausing every fucking 4 seconds. She's so awful.
But when you're going after my husband and his life work, this is when things started to take a turn for me. I knew I needed help because they were never going to stop. And by the way, we're not showing you all the TikToks. Every other day, guys. Every other day, TikToks about me and our business. Hidden True Lies is what they call me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Hidden True Lies. That's exactly why you call it. This video right here is called the 9-hour live stream. So yeah. So I just think that we should have a little palate cleanser because fuck Lauren. So let's just listen to a little OWAP for a little minute. If you haven't heard this, please enjoy.
Hey, everyone.
I've never been more nervous for a life in my entire life. And I've done a lot of lives. And this is not a lie or a show that I ever wanted to do or ever thought I would have to do. And this has been ongoing for months, what I have been dealing with. This is not drama, hidden true crime doesn't get involved in drama. We stay very clear from that, and those of you that know us know that. So I hope that nobody calls this drama ever again. In fact, it's so real life, what has been going on with my family and with me for months, that I decided to go to where I felt would protect me. And that was the courts and legal. And I filed a civil stalking injunction. Somehow someone decided to let Juan Quine know about my civil stalking injunction. Juan Quine decided that they deserve to have cameras in the courtroom while I am explaining what my family has been going through for months. That Juan Quine, I don't know, is it a slow true crime month? They thought that my family's pain should be live streamed on their trial channel. I am a limited public figure. I'm just a mom who has a YouTube channel. I'm not Johnny Depp, I'm not Amber Heard, I'm not Gwyneth Paltrow. I am a mother trying to protect my family, and I am a journalist who has never ever in my life heard of anyone streaming of civil stalking injunction. Because of what Juan Quine did, I had to dismiss my civil stalking injunction. And I find it disgusting that anyone would want to do that to me or my family. I wanted to keep this private. I wanted to keep my pain and the bullying and the abuse and the harassment and the defamation and the pain that I have been dealing with behind the scenes for months. I wanted to keep it private, not live stream to millions of people watching War and Quiet. I'm gonna take back my narrative, and I'm gonna own my narrative. And I'm gonna tell you everything tonight. We're gonna go through every filing. We're gonna go through a lot. My hand has been forced. I am very uncomfortable sitting here. Do you wanna know wrath of a mother? I am a limited public figure. I'm just a mom who has a YouTube channel. I'm not Johnny Depp, I'm not journalist who has never ever in my life heard of anyone streaming up civil stalking injunction. Do you want to know wrath of a mother?
Here I am.
Me. That was my first introduction to the OLOP. And I have never looked back, I'll tell you what. What an amazing piece of pop culture. What an artifact. One for the ages. No, it never gets old because not only is it fucking hilarious, it's actually super, super catchy. And she's very, very talented. And the voice is beautiful. All of it. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. Thank you so much, Planet Seals. Super appreciate that. Yeah. I love that song. It's and Faye Loves Nature. Thank you very much. 10 Joules, Floating Heart. I can do with a floating heart. Yes, Mary O'Neill. We were talking about Dr. Dakota's new short. Oh, thank you, Faye Loves Nature. That's very nice. Member for 3 months. Yay. Yeah, so amazing, hey? I just absolutely love the OLUP. I think they do a fantastic job. So, and also after listening to this bimbo for, literally, it's only been about 20 minutes. She was Janice, yeah, ceased and deceased. She says, I'll never forget when someone sent me this. I was ceased and deceased. I mean, for me, it was an epiphany and one of the most, I loved it so much. And I didn't know any of you girls. I didn't know shit about any of this. And I can just imagine what it must have felt like for you guys and for Christina and for just to feel the energy of people coming to your side, coming to the site of the infection to try to drive these losers out. So here we go. Yeah, the OLUP is amazing. Truly.
Never showing anything substantial, just tormenting me. Mocking.
I mean, I don't just go around tormenting and mocking people for fun, right? I do it for money on YouTube.
Me, criticize me. And what this is, it's coercive control and intimidation.
Oh my God, the phrase just popped into her head. These are the things, right? She writes down when Dr. John, when Dr. John's talking, and she's like, yes, and she writes it down. And then she commits those little phrases to memory and she can bring them out later suddenly and spring them on you. It's coercive control. It says the bully in the black shirt.
Intimidation. That's exactly what this is.
I mean, she's right. That's exactly what this is. It's exactly what this is. It's exactly what she's doing. I need to clip that too. I'm gonna be here forever, people. We have 6 hours to go.
That is what this is. You can say whatever it is. This is a TikTok every other day, every few days, trying to expose me of something I've never done, trying to hurt me, trying to burn. This is a quote. We're gonna get to it. My faults, burn her fucking false kingdom to the ground.
I think that was from a song, wasn't it? Wasn't that from a song? Wasn't it the quote from a song or from maybe it was like a brain fails me again. When you go on stage and you do your thing, but it's not necessarily poetry. I don't know. You know what I'm saying about.
Every other day is painful. But I just kept going on, not doing a thing until this, and things changed for me. Because now it's escalating. Months later, it's escalating. They're now they're including my husband. He definitely didn't do anything. On July.
Just for all of you who haven't seen the Dr. Dakota thing yet, it's he takes the piss out of John for his Lori Hellis meltdown. So, and he clips it nicely with other things. John, in his own words.
29th, we did that one. Thank God, goodness, because we got to hurry. On August 13th, my stalker posted screenshots of our correspondence from April. I already told you guys about this correspondence. Nothing's wrong with it. On August 13th, my stalker posted screenshots of our correspondence from April in which I clearly stated I felt threatened. Once again, showing no
Right. She clearly stated, I feel threatened, just the way that Sarah Boone was like, oh no, George, quit smashing the TV. What are you doing? Smash the TV. Oh no, George, what is happening? I feel threatened.
Regard for myself or my safety. And you can share this if you want. Oh, sorry. Example 20, text TikTok.
Destroying Icons says, all I can see is Turtle Boy's clown brows when I look at her. Yeah. I mean, again, Turtle Boy, the Olops, the thing we just watched, and Turtle Boy's eyebrows, to me, both of those are fucking beautiful, iconic moments, right? In all of this. And they both are absolutely going in the documentary.
These are texts I'm not ashamed
the
of.
fastest friendship crash you've ever seen. And I'm about to show you the fastest friendship crash you've ever seen. And I have their receipts because contrary to what the Nevada.
Okay, I got to slow it down to normal because Christina talks normal as opposed to Lauren's extremely obnoxious drone. And I don't want Christina to come off as manic because that just is not right.
Police department would like you to think it is not illegal to share screenshots. What's the Nevada law?
Let me see if I was just doing some searching because here's the thing. I'm a patrol officer. I'm not going to toot my horn and say I'm a best detective or anything, right? So I did do my due diligence and do some searching as well. So I didn't copy everything because there's so many laws that we just don't know about.
It started in the morning after I confronted her about all of her lies. Love, apologies, self-reflection. Barely an hour later, full-on love bombing. I'm their ride or die, the best person they know. And
again, Christina just explains it all in the most straightforward manner, and Lauren has managed to short circuit the critical thinking of her audience with all of these tactics that we discussed at the beginning of the video. If you guys came in a little bit later, you might be interested to go back to the beginning because I just shared some of the manipulative tactics that are used by cult leaders that I noticed in this video. So she has already primed these people to an us versus them mentality, right? So that they are prepared to believe that Christina is being oppositional by asking the cop for the law, right? And that that mocking a law enforcement officer who is trying to intimidate her when he doesn't even have the facts in his possession is somehow proof that she's unstable and dangerous. And they are all fucking lapping it up like little cult members, right? I don't say this lightly, right? These are the same tactics that are used by cults. Somebody else mentioned multi-level marketing. It's ugly stuff.
And then that night, out of nowhere, boom, I'm accused of something I didn't do and threatened with legal action. Here's the deal. I didn't tell or talk to anybody about what we talked about it because I had a legitimate feeling that she was going to pull this crap. This was a control tactic, and now I know the signs, and you do too.
Right? Here's Christina giving everybody a public service announcement about exactly how this woman manipulated her. And Wowen has short-circuited everybody's ability to think straight, because I didn't find anything confusing or hard or objectionable or oppositional or crazy in what Christina just said. It all made a lot of sense to me.
So there you go, continuing showing what I've done. A fastest friendship crash ever. You guys, I'm not ashamed of that text. Okay.
Yeah, she's not ashamed of that text because that text is in line with the mask that she shows her gems, right? That's her mask. So why would she be ashamed of what is working to get this massive following?
And by the way, the police officer made sure to state
KBKB says, have we confirmed how much of a legit fan base she has? They aren't even as active as Jess Machado's little cult. Well, there's a lot of speculation about how the hell could they have this many followers, and a lot of people think that they have bought subs and all that kind of stuff. I don't know for sure any of it. It does seem suspicious to me. But she got almost 500,000 views on this. It was a big scandal, so that's part of it. But they still too get pretty good stuff, right? Like that. We were looking the other day at her lunchtime live from a couple of days ago when she announced that her producer Grayson's brother had tragically died in a car crash in the early hours of that day. So it was literally just within a few hours. And I've lost track of what I was saying. Oh, yeah, they had at that time, and that was just a few hours after she had put it out. It was about 3 or 4 hours later. They had 11,000 views at that point, just on her lunchtime live. So, like, they're still making pretty good bank. I personally don't think that they legitimately have 365,000 subscribers, but I can't say for sure.
The laws in his police report that he didn't answer to her on the phone. After that date, August 13th, she has continued posting more social media videos about me. Presently, she has posted over 50 TikToks and 33 Instagram posts about me.
Yeah, one of the things that's really annoying about all of this too, right, is this like over 50 posts about you. Oh my God, that sounds so obsessive, right? And she's calling her a stalker and everybody's falling for that. But she's not giving you any background, right? It's that whole thing that we talked about at the beginning where it's just the single talking head. She's looking directly in the camera. You're focused completely on her. There's nothing else to even look at behind her. And there's no talk back. There's nobody to push back against what she's saying. So it's just an unanswered narrative, right? That's sort of delivered as truth.
She continues to share my voice, my photos, and she uses search engine.
Right. But if anybody were to answer this, if anybody could push back, if anybody could say, well, what about, don't stalking victims like sort of normally get like upwards of 100 messages to their personal inboxes every day? Like how does that compare with other stalking victims, right? There's none. Social researcher. Well, I think social researcher 1 is asking, how did I know you were a punk rocker? And I'm going to guess because punk rock is kind of an attitude. I'm with the same person I was when I was 14 and I heard the Sex Pistols for the first time.
Optimization on these platforms using a hashtag Laura Matthias. So that if you look at my name, her videos come up. Her group of friends continue to comment and harass. Not only has she contacted UNLV, where my husband supervises students and is an adjunct professor, as well as John DeLynn, whose email you saw. She has also, or made sure that somebody contacted John DeLynn. She's also contacted the producer, and I learned.
Good. Shut up, Lauren. Good for her. She's thorough and she's serious. Oh, Lori. Hey, Lori. Nice to see you. I don't think we have officially met. This is Lori Hellis, who we were just talking about. If you haven't seen I hope you have seen Docket Dakota's latest video, because he takes John to task for his little rant about you. So Lori says, let's not forget Megan, who announced she shaved her head because her friend has cancer. As a bald recent cancer survivor, I'm offended. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm extremely happy that you are a survivor. And we were discussing that at the beginning of the live. I showed the picture of her, and I put up a post about my opinions about that. So if you're curious, you can go find it, or you can just go back to the beginning of the video. But let's get back to Brad Pitt, shall we? I gotta go to the ladies' room again, so I will leave you for a minute.
And this directly from the producer of a national news show, advising them not to work with me or other colleagues of mine. She is calling torturous interference. She is calling my professional contacts. And I have heard, thank you to the ones that have come forward. To the others that haven't come forward, please come forward and let me know. Please. Please. I've been canceled on a few shows. It's okay. Life moves on. So she has contacted the producer of a national news show, advising them not to work with me. She has called other colleagues of mine. And she has also approached victims of major crimes that I work for to tell them that I am not who I say I am. And those victims have told me so. Not all of them, some of them. She has become entirely obsessed with me, doing anything she can to make.
So two things. I can't believe I was in the bathroom when she said torturous. And the other thing is, I contacted Lindsay Clancy's lawyer last week and told him that Lauren Matthias is not who she appears to be. So, just to say, it ain't over yet, Lauren.
Make me feel unsafe and fearful. Again, coercive control.
And it's not coercive control. It's not stalking. And it's not illegal. Also, I'm in Canada, so.
As well as intimidation. She has done the same now with my family and producer. My producer is so fearful.
Not the family. Not the family. Oh my God. To the family. Torturous interference drink. Oh my God. Oh my God, Lauren.
She had to see a psychiatrist to get on medication for anxiety, as well as medication to simply be able to sleep at night.
Who is that? Grayson? Why doesn't she fucking go home then? Like, seriously. Not to dump on anybody who is experiencing mental health crises, but she's not obligated to stay there. And if Lauren had even a single ounce of the integrity that she keeps insisting that she has, then she would have sent Grayson on her way a long time ago. Honestly. Also, just if you don't know, he wrote back. The lawyer wrote back and he said, I included all the links to all the important things, the body cam, the judge's statements, Kay Woodcock's statements, etc. And the lawyer wrote back and said, thank you very much. I will certainly look at your enclosures. So, and I haven't seen there has been no other lunchtime lives from Lauren saying that she spoke to Lindsay's lawyer again. So I'm hoping that it worked.
My husband's blood pressure is far higher than ever, and doctors are concerned about his health. He is not sleeping due to fear and anxiety.
Right. It's Christina and her TikToks. It's not that he's obese and lives a completely, life, where you don't move or go anywhere. God, I am old. My brain fails me, but I know that you know what I'm talking about.
As well. And we do have an exhibit of that. I don't know if we have it.
Get on it, Grayson. What the hell?
So many exhibits.
So many exhibits. There's so many. Sedentary, thank you guys. I knew.
Yeah. So while she gets that exhibit of my husband's health, I'll keep going.
Sedentary, like the rock, like the layer of rock. No, that's sedimentary. Sedentary, bloviating life. She told us in 2024 that John was disabled, says Janice. Oh, I don't remember that. Well, yeah, I mean, I actually believe. Yes, right. Maury says we've been saying a long time that Grayson needs healthier boundaries with her employer. Yeah, I mean, when I watched, I didn't know anything about any of this until I saw this, and I was like, screw you, she's lying. And then I started my channel. But when I watched Grayson with Web Sleuths, it was like, why is Trisha not like? And I didn't know who Trisha was even, right? I didn't know Trisha was this horrible, scammy, nasty piece of work. I was thinking, like, why is this kind elderly lady not telling Grayson that she needs to go home? Why is she not looking out for her instead of going, oh, yes, everybody needs a Grayson in their life to look after them? It like encouraging this whole enmeshment and Ugh, just so creepy, these people.
Live in constant fear about being followed and harassed, both at home or when I go to work in other states, as well as online. I cannot function in my day-to-day life due to her obsessive campaign against me.
Right? She can't function in her day-to-day life due to the campaign against her, except that when Christina put in her declaration that Lauren made over 100 videos since this started, they all started going, well, we have to work. What do you think? We can't, we have to go to work. Everybody has to work. What are you talking about? What are you even talking about? And then when you point out that they said that they couldn't function in their daily lives, they changed the subject to something else. Hey, this normal line home. Nice to see you. Yeah, right? I mean, John did to himself. Right? It's not Christina's TikToks. If John had even remotely good health in the first place, he could manage a few TikToks, right? And again, it's not the TikToks, it's the truth and the threat to their false kingdom.
And how it is affecting my mental and physical well-being. My stalker uses herself, as well as others, to continue, and I will say in long crime, clearly too, to continue to harass and stalk me daily. The attacks are unrelenting and she will not stop. I fear for our safety.
I feel like unrelenting and not stopping are the same thing. But thanks, Lauren. Janice Ballyflet says she told us he was disabled and she was the breadwinner, then proceeded to tell us that Lori Hellis was trying to ruin their livelihood. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't believe that Lori Hellis was trying to ruin their livelihood, but sorry, distracted. Oh, hang on a second. I'm just being given, hang on. Sorry, I'm gonna let this play for a little second because I'm distracted.
And our well-being. This is a text from my husband. I can't sleep. This is from Dr. John to me, his wife. I can't sleep. My heart is racing. I'm a mess. I don't think I can do the meeting tomorrow. I'm probably in no condition or mood to film the next week either. This shit is a life destroyer. I hope I don't have a heart attack over all this bullshit because I can't calm down at all.
Right? Remember from the beginning of the list of manipulative tactics, right? Using displays of emotion, right? Crying, making people feel like they have an intimate connection with her because she's been staring them in the face this whole time and they feel like she's talking directly to them and now she's crying, right? So everybody's like, oh my God. And then they feel, right? And then also the thing of like, they feel guilty because she's crying. So now they're going to start with the super chats and it's okay, Lauren, and you're so brave, Lauren, and all the things to try to assuage the discomfort that they are feeling, right? It's all so very fucking manipulative.
None of this is good news. I feel like we are back to square one where we started. I will try to go back to sleep if I can, but seems unlikely at the moment. I hope you can get some rest or are resting. I will never forgive these people if something happens to him. He did go to the doctor.
See, so to me, like her little nose is getting a little bit red there, right? And she's got a little bit red in her eyes and she's feeling very sad. She's feeling very sad. But to me, the thing she's feeling very sad about, she's picturing herself as a widow. And that makes her feel very, very sad. That's where the tears are for how sad she was. She's sad, big, sad widow. Lauren is very sad.
Doctor, and they can't get his blood pressure down.
But she also does seem to be forcing it. So I'm just saying, it's not like these people, it's not like they have no feelings, right? They just don't have any feelings for you. They have feelings for themselves. And the times that they are able to dredge up tears, actual tears, is when it's their feelings for themselves that make them feel sad, right? It's not for anybody else. But meanwhile, Christina didn't do anything, so was Lauren lying to Dr. Chubbs, or did he know all along it was fabricated? I mean, it's very hard to say, right? I think in some ways, both of these people, Lauren and John, that whatever their relationship is, whatever love they had, whatever connection they had, whatever, has to do with the image that the other person projects to them, right? So she's projecting they have fallen for each other's image, is my impression, right? So, and neither one of them, I don't think, wants to probe too deeply into that, because that would mean that they would have to look at themselves and have to figure out why did they, right? Like Lauren is not deep, right? She's very, very surface. So all she cares about is the surface. And I think it's the same with Dr. John, right? Their hidden true crime is all image and no substance. So since they're both doing that, neither one of them is going to want to scratch the surface too deeply of the other. This is just my opinion. I don't know the psychology of that for sure. That's just my kind of take on it. And also, either way, I think that they would be inclined to defend each other to the ends of the earth, because they're in the same boat, right? If a hole in the boat is going to sink both of them. So that's just my take on that.
I love him so much. He's my soulmate. If anything happens to him.
There are no tears there for her to wipe. I think this is bullshit. Yeah. Totally, right?
Every day, it feels like the walls are closing in, and there is no escape from these terrifying and obsessive, unrelenting attacks.
Yeah, right. There's no escape from the things that I did, and from people finding out about it is the reality. I mean, I in some ways, I don't doubt that she experiences that as unrelenting attacks, because she's not finding her way out, right? These people have all their lives just been able to bullshit their way through. You know, that little apology that she just showed us, right? That Christina put up. And she said, I'm proud of that. I'm not whatever. She thinks that that is the kind of shit that has gotten her out of trouble all her life, right? She acts like a complete fucking asshole. And then somebody calls her on it, and then she turns around and goes, oh, I'm so very sorry, and I need to look at my behavior, and blah, blah, blah. And then the person goes, oh, she's self-reflecting, and we'll give her some, because normal people don't imagine the kind of machinations that are going on with these people. So they fall for it, right? It's only when they get themselves into a position like she's in now, where she's under the microscope, and Christina's refusing to accept her apology, right? This is why she's panicking, because all of her tricks that she's used in the past are not working this time. And I suspect that to her, that does feel like an emergency, and it does feel like a relentless attack, even though some part of her does know that she's lying. It's an interesting pathology, to be sure.
On us, our reputation, and our work. I feel threatened and in danger 24/7. I cannot continue to live in fear every single day, wondering what will happen next. The stress of
She feels endangered? Is that the right word? Because I don't feel like that's the right word. Right? Am I right? That's like with species dying out are endangered.
This has already caused many dangerous health side effects for my husband and for myself and my family and my producer.
Again, John's obesity and sedentary lifestyle have caused his high blood pressure and the health effects that he's experiencing. So, somebody presenting the truth to the man causes him to die. I really think that's a Dr. John problem. Not to put too fine a point on it, but seriously.
It's positively malicious, as I have already described in painful but important detail.
Okay,
I am
Lauren.
fearful of how far she will continue to take things if the court does not step in and help me and us. I need the social media.
You know, I am very curious if she's going to play the judge's comments. Is she going to play the judge's comments for her audience? Is she that bold? Planet Steel says, why is she talking like a weird robot? And I'm going to say that the answer is in the question, in my opinion.
Attacks and cyber stalking to stop. She has contacted people I work with, harming relationships with no basis. I need to be able.
Again, right? There's nobody there to push back against her narrative that Christina has harmed these relationships. But how could Christina harm the relationships just by telling people what was in the texts? If there was nothing in the texts, and if there was something in the texts, then how is it that Christina is the one who's harming the relationships? And I mean, I know you all know this. And I know we all know Shakespeare wrote about shooting the messenger, right? This is a thing that actually happened, right? In the ancient world. Bad news. Nobody wants to be the bearer of bad news. And I can tell you from my own experience that speaking up is not always welcomed, right? Being the whistleblower is not necessarily a vaunted position to be in. You often face way more backlash than the people who were causing the problems or being, perpetrating the abuse in the first place. So, yeah, I mean, she's constructing and creating a narrative here, but she's also, these tactics are seriously, they're like mind control shit. Not to say it to put too fine a point on it. This is what cult leaders do. And this is how they get people who, I haven't looked up yet, but people who are susceptible for whatever reason, to back them up 100%, even in the face of evidence that is opposite of what their claims are. It's a well-documented phenomenon.
To show up to work and work events without being fearful of my safety and confrontations. I need to be able. She's
fearful of her confrontations. Yes, it is a masterclass in manipulation. It truly is, Ancient Teapot. I was laying out at the beginning some of the tactics of cult leaders, and this is exactly what she's doing. Yeah, I agree, right? But she's trying to be I think that's her presenter voice. And I mean, it is very much how presenters, ramp up the drama in their news stories, right? Maury says, Grayson, if you're watching, there are great labor law attorneys in Nevada. I may not like you much, but in my honest opinion, their conduct as your employer is so not okay. Know your rights. Thanks, Maury. I agree. Hi, Blue Marky. Nice to see you. KB, I think it was Helix. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a separate conversation. Hella had a lot of the receipts at the beginning. She had a lot of the texts and group chat messages and stuff like that were, I think they originated with Mr. Bright Breakfast. Not to put too fine a point on it, say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. I'm not following that, but okay, moving on. Moving on with Halloween.
To function day to day and not wonder what is coming next and how she will harm me and those I care about. Signed, August 27th, 2025.
I have not seen or heard much of Hella in the last, since Ping, really. So I'm not sure.
That stalking injunction, temporary stalking injunction, was approved. It took a very long time. Usually that happens in a couple days.
That's interesting. I never heard that before. I wonder if it took a long time because they were having to decide whether this overwrought presentation from this woman was actually something that they needed to worry about.
It happened. And I don't know if we don't need to read that, but it was over CrimeCon.
Oh gosh, shut up. Molly Colleen says, I wish Gray-based friends would stage an intervention since her mental health seems to have declined significantly since taking this job. I am not quite sure that Grayson has friends anymore. I mean, often when you get entangled with people like this, they isolate you, right? In one way or another. And Lauren is able to manage that by the grueling schedule of attending trial and all that kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I assume she had friends at some time, but it seems like they just stay in together, all of them, the three of them, and be their little folie à trois.
And she was not supposed to attend CrimeCon, where I was going for work.
Yeah, I mean,
and where I was attending.
I mean, that's HMS Gen X lady says supposedly her friends and family think we're all nuts. Yeah, I mean, maybe they do, maybe they don't. If they did, it wouldn't surprise me very much because obviously we have all been characterized in a way that would make it seem like we're nuts, right? So, lyrics from They Might Be Giants. I get it. Thank you. Planet Steel. Sorry, Penny. It's lyrics from They Might Be Giants, Birdhouse in Your Soul. You don't have to stay on topic. I don't care. You do you, Blue Steel or Steel, Planet Steel. I have been enjoying your comments, so carry on.
Attending the Clue Awards to celebrate the Delphi victims getting a Crime Fighter Award. I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel peace.
I'm sorry, was she getting the Crime Fighter Award? Did I just hear that? What the fucking butt? I just said exactly that, Penny. What did you just say?
I wanted Grayson to feel safe and to feel peace. And I wanted the post.
God, I think that the little, her little whatever that was from the other day when Grayson's brother dies belies any idea that Lauren wants Grayson to feel peace. My God.
To stop. And so she was supposed to stop the posts and not attend CrimeCon. And she violated the moment she was served. She violated it multiple times. That is scary to me.
Yeah, that's not what happened. So... and it wasn't scary to her. It wasn't, I mean, my God, we've all seen it, right? Lauren was lording it around the place with her friends from the Major Crime Squad on speed dial. And she had her little rape whistle at the ready for Megan and Grayson and Joe Schmo to go running to get the police and security at the drop of a hat. So... I just don't believe that she was scared. The only thing she was scared of was that her little attempts to get Christina arrested at CrimeCon weren't going to work.
So I will keep going. I hereby declare, under penalty of...
I declare bankruptcy!
Perjury. That the facts stated, so this is a new declaration, the facts stated in this declaration are personally known to me and that they are accurate to the best of my knowledge. My name is Lauren Matthias. I am over the age of 18. I am competent to testify. I am knowledgeable about the matters I am testifying about. I am the petitioner. Since being served with a civil stalking injunction, the respondent has repeatedly violated its terms.
Repeatedly? Violated its terms? Repeatedly? My God. Are you okay, Lauren? It's terrifying. I am terrified. Aren't you guys terrified? It's terrifying. Repeatedly.
These ongoing violations have heightened my fear and concerns for the safety of both myself and my family. The respondent's actions demonstrate a clear disregard for this court's order and a deliberate intent to continue targeting, stalking, and harassing me even while an active injunction remains in effect.
I mean, you got to hand it to her, right? The judge has already told her that what it seems like she's doing is trying to stop someone from saying things about her that she doesn't like. And yet she is still able to work up all this high dudgeon about how very dare these people do these things. And she's been told that it's not what she's claiming it is.
After the court granted the injunction on September 4th, law enforcement officers proceeded to the respondent's residence to serve her.
She's mad, right? This is not fear. To me, this is not fear. This is rage. She's absolutely fucking furious at having been told by that lawyer and then having been basically unmasked by Law and Crime. Because now she's being, my hands were forced, as she puts it, right? Now she's being forced to craft this whole fucking narrative, and I can't imagine, like, as much as she loves all the attention and everything, I can't imagine that doing this was without, like, she must have been nervous at the time doing this. That was it going to work, right? But yeah, her rage is seeing her through. Absolutely.
With the order. Although the respondent was not present, her husband accepted service on her behalf and confirmed that he would inform her of it. Accordingly, she was considered properly served in the state of Utah. Later,
yeah, but she was in Nevada, so I believe, I'm not sure if Janice is still here, but from what I understand, Christina actually went to the Nevada police or the Vegas or wherever it was. I know it wasn't in Nevada, wherever it was last year, that she went and she said she tried to straighten it out beforehand, right? As far as I understand it. Dreamweaver says, I fear for Grayson's mental health through all the manipulation from HT, especially with the loss of her brother needing to go to the ER. Yeah, I think that Grayson is pretty disordered herself, is my opinion. I don't have any credentials. But yeah, I don't think that necessarily precludes her being manipulated by Lauren, right? Lauren is a master manipulator. And she has managed to isolate Gray Bay, seems like, from anybody that could speak sense to her.
Same evening, the respondent published posts on both TikTok and Instagram using public accounts she has previously created for the purpose of targeting me the many past months, which is in direct violation of the civil stalking.
Okay, but it's not true, right? She didn't target Lauren. She created those TikToks to discuss with her friends red flags in relationships. And she never mentioned Lauren's name. So she's mischaracterizing it. I know you know that. I just don't like listening to her.
Injunction that states not to post on TikTok or Instagram. Links to those accounts are here. And I have links in my declaration of both accounts that she has. In one video, after receiving her stalking injunction, she sang the lyrics stating, quote, whoops, you messed up, ran around, and then you got caught. Whoops, you messed up. Now you're crying about what you lost, end quote.
Again, clearly none of her viewers have any concept of free speech or understand what it is at all. Because, again, the judge, fortunately, does. But it's pretty wild. Like, she posted a TikTok with words. Wow.
This is not the first time that she has used that particular audio in reference to me, and it feels threatening. What does she intend that I lose? In addition, a friend of hers commented on the post, who happens to be, and the friend happens to be the ex-contractor of mine. And that ex-contractor says, quote, time to tell the real story, end quote. To which the respondent replied, as you wish. And we have that exhibit if you want it.
How is that an exhibit? Like, literally, right? She's got these people snowed into thinking someone saying it's time to tell the real story is threatening or illegal in some way. Like, how very dare she? Thank you, Planet Steel. How very dare she?
And on the evening of September 4th, tell me when you have it. Oh, the video? Okay. Okay. And on the video evening of September 4th, I was informed that the respondent was present at the same hotel in Aurora, Colorado, where I was staying. The following morning, September 5th, my producer Grayson and I met with officers from the Aurora Police Department.
Aurora Police Department? Isn't this not true? Is that the one that's not true? Where she says they told Officer Bovey that they put in a police report, but they really never had. Is this the one?
To provide them with a copy of the injunction and to request their insistence in assuring the respondent's removal from CrimeCon.
Oh,
as her attendance was prohibited under the terms of the order for my safety. I was further informed by
oh God, how did anybody listen to this the first time around? I was so right not to watch it. Liza Lou, this old troll, says, when I heard this during the original live, I thought C was creating the TikToks, tagging her and sending them to her directly, only to find out she was never sent them. She isn't tagged and she's not named. Yeah, I mean, exactly, right? She crafts a narrative. And she admits at one point, not long ago in this, she said, I have a platform. She has no presence on YouTube. But it's like, now that sounds threatening. That sounds threatening. To me, that sounds threatening.
Crime Con Security that upon her arrival in Colorado, the respondent approached the head of Crime Con Security and stated that she was aware that she had been served with a civil stalking injunction through her.
Oh my God, she was aware that she had been served. Oh my God. I have seen the video. You have seen the video. We've all seen the freaking video. The thing that makes these people so mad, I swear to God, the thing that makes these people so mad, not just Lauren and John and Gray Bay and all these idiots, but the cops and the security people and the crime cons and the Bobby Joes and all these fuckers, is that Christina treats them like equals instead of deferring to them as authorities. And it makes them so fucking mad, they can't even see straight. I swear to God, that's what it is. I swear to God, because she just naturally is an egalitarian person and she treats everyone the same. And they cannot fucking stand not being deferred to.
Her husband, yet she nevertheless intended to attend CrimeCon despite the injunction barring.
She paid a lot of money for that ticket and she had planned to go with all of her friends. And Lauren had sort of made it semi-publicly known that she would not be attending CrimeCon, and she only changed that decision at the last minute. I wonder why. Interesting. Lauren claims it because she's such an important, limited public figure, and she belongs in those rooms, and she was invited there by extremely important people related to the Gabby Petito Foundation, so obviously Christina's a stalker.
Her presence. You have that one video? Okay, the whoops video. After she
this normal Idaho mom says, is Bobby Joe still a detective? I would guess yes. And I don't think, does anybody know? I seriously doubt it if she ever called Turtle Boy back. That was another, for me, iconic moment. Was Turtle Boy just gone, who the fuck is this woman? And like calling her up right there and leaving a message for her. Yes.
That to me, thank you, Kresha. That to me.
Oh, right. This makes me so, I'm not even sure what the word is. Uncomfortable, angry, outraged, despairing, all of it, right? Like a fucking dream come true for Lauren here is to have Kresha, the support of Kresha, publicly on her channel in this moment, absolutely fucking exploiting Kresha's status as a victim and exploiting her trust in Lauren. This makes me more angry than almost anything else, is this shit. Kresha being the decent, kind human being that she is. Even though she didn't care for Lauren from way back, she still feels no one deserves this. Right? I mean, it tells you volumes about both of these women. Right? It's just incredibly revealing. I'm going to need to clip this one too. Just awful.
is very threatening after she receives a civil stalking injected from me. Oops, you messed up. Now you're going to be crying about what you lost. That's concerning.
And the only thing that is concerning is that none of her machinations are working, right? That Christina is not being cowed by Lauren's bullshit the way she has managed to cow other people with her cease and desist letters and all of that, right? That is what she's afraid of. She's afraid that Christina is the ever ready fucking justice delivering machine. And she's exploiting Kresha because of that fear.
And as my husband always says, the most dangerous time is after someone receives a, a restraining order. And
that's the most dangerous time, right? I mean, it is. And that's what's so maddening, because not only is she in this breath right here, she is exploiting Kresha because she's got Kresha up on screen supporting her, and she's exploiting victims of stalking because she's comparing herself to someone who is in danger, right? Because she stood up to her stalker. Like, is there anybody you're not exploiting? Let's get on to, or did we already exploit your son? Or is there more of that to come?
And this is somebody who's defying it. I'm scared. This is threatening. And so now she's...
Actually, you know what? I think she's scared that it's not threatening. She's scared you're not going to believe her lies.
Contacted the head of CrimeCon Security to let them know that even though the stalking...
And she's fucking thrilled that based on the comments, people are believing her lies. It's giving her fucking, you are the wind beneath my wings, right? Red Bull gives her wings.
She says she can't attend. She's going to attend anyway. CrimeCon is a professional work event for me, and the respondent and her accomplices have repeatedly jeopardized my safety at multiple work-related events over the past 4 months.
How have they jeopardized your safety? In what way, you lying sack of lies? You were never unsafe. You're a liar, and everybody knows it, except your gems who are, being victimized by your cult-like manipulations.
Months, which the respondent gloats about on social media. My fear for my personal safety in this situation was extreme. Later that same day, law enforcement officers observed the respondent walking through the CrimeCon Expo in close proximity to where I was located. Officers approached her, provided her with a physical copy of the injunction, and informed her that she was required to leave immediately and would be subject to...
And what did she do? Did she leave? I believe she left. That's how I understood it. I've seen that video. I didn't get any vibes off Christina. She didn't seem like she was being oppositional or unstable in any way. She seemed like she was hopeful that somehow this nightmare wasn't really happening, and that maybe she would be able to enjoy the day with her friends and the event and the weekend that she had planned for months, and that she was trying to control the difficult emotions that she was coping with, being humiliated in public by someone who had clearly no limits. So all in all, I mean, at that point, right, later, there's video from later where Christina is like, the cops are there or security's there and she's surrounded, and she's like, you can hear the fear in her voice, right? The only person who was afraid in that situation was Christina.
To arrest if she returned. And during this interaction, the respondent acknowledged that she was aware of the order and confirmed that her husband had already sent it to her. Despite this knowledge, she chose to attend CrimeCon in direct violation of this injunction. This is all heard in police body cam footage in the afternoon of September 5th. And we're going to play that for you here. I am ready.
Seriously, you hear that? I am ready. I'm not fucking kidding. Kresha is the wind beneath her wings right now. She's completely fucking puffed up.
And thank you, Kresha. Yeah, give us a second. By the way, we knew this live was going to be long. I think it's going to be longer than we thought it was going to be. And Grayson, you're rocking it. How's your back doing? If you need to take a break and you need me to put on, and we're here for the long haul. Okay.
Do you mind if I see her?
Here it is.
So glad I was doing that today.
Again, like everything that she plays of Christina, to my mind, just is evidence of Christina being a normal and reasonable person, acting in a normal, reasonable way in reaction to being accused of something she hasn't done.
Will I get out my snackies?
One of the things, HMS Gen X lady says she makes a big deal of Colby coming into chat too. Yeah, I was watching the interview today with Colby and Summer, and they never mentioned, I haven't seen it all yet, but at the beginning they were talking about people who were, without mentioning any names, they were talking about people who were pretending that they had knowledge of the family and trying to get in there and getting interviews and getting their narrative out there and everything. And to my mind, they were talking about Megan, right? Who was pretending a knowledge of the family that she didn't have. But I also think that it very much included Lauren, because Lauren was, if it hadn't been for people like Lauren buying into Megan's narrative without even bothering to vet her at all, none of that would have happened. So it's just good to see people who initially fell for these liars seeing the truth about them and speaking openly about that, because it's very hard for Lauren to come back from Colby Ryan has condemned me when they built their fucking channel on that story. So good for them.
Okay, hold on. 1 sec. Gotta unload.
Egg fucking exactly, Lucia. She says it was very difficult to watch Christina being humiliated like this. It was all a dopamine spike for Lauren. Yeah, exactly. And she's over here going, I was so terrified. It was very scary for me. Like, bullshit. She was lording it over the entire crime con like she was the fucking princess of crime con, of true crime.
We're gonna start this over because there's one where they approach her. We're gonna look for it, and yeah, we'll do it after this one. So really quickly, this isn't in order. We have a video for when they approach her, and we don't have the video right now, so we're gonna watch this, and then we'll just go back to that one.
Kelly Kell says I felt the same way with this year Crime Con. Hard to watch. Yeah, same. I had a feeling, I did have a feeling there was a storm brewing, and I was feeling anxious about all of our girls that were headed over there. I was worried about it. It was not as bad as I feared that it might be. I can say that much, but yeah, it's an ugly situation and it's not over.
You gonna do it? Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah, right. That's the narrative now. HMS Gen X lady says gems have told me Kay and family can be both victims and bad people. In defense of Lauren, it's sick. She built her channel on their backs. Yeah, and that's what they had. That's how these tactics work, though, right? This is why they're so dangerous, because these kind of tactics short circuit people's critical thinking skills. And they will then, in spite of evidence to the contrary, they will refuse to allow that evidence in. And that was John's contention at the start, that was us, right? That we were all, refusing to see the truth. And in fact, Kresha and Kay have done not a single thing that I have ever seen or heard of that would put them in the category of being bad people. I mean, even if you were to come up with some examples of times when they weren't perfect, I do feel that cutting them some slack is the appropriate thing to do given the circumstances. So there is nobody that is ever going to convince me that Kresha and Kay are bad people.
All right, ma'am, do you know what's going on here right now?
I mean, I can make a lot of assumptions, but I'm assuming, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you mind if I get a good phone number for your
Yeah,
response?
because I called you guys yesterday too.
Did you? Okay.
Yes. This is, yes. I called you guys yesterday. I had a feeling this was like, she was gonna pull this.
Okay. So we just don't want to blindside you, right? We just want to make sure everybody's on the same page, okay?
No, I mean, like, to what like, I obviously only know like what has happened like at my house.
Okay.
Like with that, but like I
Is that
don't.
like in Utah or?
Yeah, I live in Utah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Right? Like, I mean, how can these people characterize this as oppositional or anything like that, right? It's so ridiculous. Christina is so reasonable. She's so open. She's obviously telling the truth, right? She's not trying to hide anything. Like, I just can't with these people. But also, I think I have reached the end of my ability to listen to Lauren for the day. And also the dog is normally at this point, he would be trying to get off my lap. But he's being really clingy. So I think that he needs to maybe, I don't know, I think I need to take him out or something. He's had enough of me sitting here looking at the screen. And he's not taking no for an answer. I don't know if you can tell. Anyway, so once again, thank you all for all your kind attention to my channel and all your interesting and thoughtful and smart and insightful comments. You guys always make things better. I was thinking of starting, I just didn't get it together for today, but I was thinking of starting like a regular feature of like best of the comments from last video, because man, you guys are smart. And there's always so many great insights. Insights as well as like people, like professionals with the actual receipts of like, I'm a lawyer and I can tell you this type thing. So I think I'm gonna try that, but it might take me a little while to get to it because I'm a little discombobulated with moving and everything. So I'm having trouble hitting the end stream button because I have a little bitty baby in my arms. So let me just go put the dog down and I will come back and hit end stream. Yes, I know. You're very lucky. Here we go. Okay, so thanks all you guys. Hey, Sneaky Suspicion. Such a great name. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. I shall love you and leave you until next time. I am doing, members live chat tomorrow night or afternoon, depending where you are, 4 o'clock Pacific. I will look forward to seeing you then. Until then, I will love you and leave you and have a wonderful evening. And thank